The fleet moved silently through the dark emptiness of space. Luke Carter stood on the bridge, his hands gripping the railing. Watched the stars stretch into lines as the ship traveled faster than light. The crew worked in quiet tension. Every face showed fear, but none admitted it. Every world in the galaxy had refused them. Humanity had sent envoys, offers, and warnings, but every response had been no. Luke had hoped for allies, but now he knew they had to survive alone. Hannah Mills, the young strategist, stepped up to him. She pointed at the holographic map that displayed enemy movements. "They are tracking us, Luke. They know where we are, and they are waiting." She did not raise her voice. Her calm tone made the warning sharper. Luke nodded, his eyes still on the stars. "We cannot run forever. Have to train harder. Our people will survive if we fight smart." He turned to the crew. "All stations, prepare for drills. Everyone must be ready for anything. We will not die because the galaxy fears us. We will prove that we are stronger than they believe." The crew sprang into action. Engines were checked, weapons calibrated, and training simulations began. Soldiers moved through corridors, practicing combat drills. Pilots tested maneuvers against virtual enemy ships. Even the youngest cadets felt the tension in the air. Fear had become a fuel, and they used it to sharpen every skill. Meanwhile, the enemy fleet grew closer. Reports came in from scouts. Massive ships moved in formation, their weapons glowing against the black void. Luke studied each movement carefully. "They expect us to panic," he said, "but we do not panic. We prepare. We strike first if we must." Hannah ran calculations quickly. "Our shields will hold for now, but if they hit in full force, we risk losing a ship. We need a strategy to break their formation before they reach us." She looked at Luke, determination in her eyes. "We cannot wait for help. Help has refused us. It is only our skill and courage that can save us." Luke placed a hand on her shoulder. "Then we will fight. Not for anyone but ourselves. Humanity will survive. That is all that matters." He walked to the command chair and took his seat. "Set course for the edge of the system. Keep the fleet tight. Watch every movement of the enemy. We will not fail." Hours passed. The fleet moved in tight formation. Training never stopped. Soldiers shouted orders. Pilots communicated constantly. The enemy was always on the horizon, a dark shadow ready to strike. The crew grew tired, but Luke refused to let exhaustion weaken them. He walked among the soldiers, checking each station, encouraging each person. "We are humanity. We do not break. We do not run. We fight, and we survive." Then the first attack came. A small squad of enemy ships launched from a hidden position. Lasers cut through space, striking one of the scout ships. Alarms blared. Crew members jumped to stations. Luke barked orders, and humanity responded with precision. The enemy was strong, but they were not ready for humans who had trained for this moment without allies. Without support, every shot was calculated, every maneuver sharp. They destroyed the attackers, leaving no survivors. As the debris floated past, Luke looked at the remaining crew. "This is only the beginning," he said. "Every world may have turned us away, but we are still here. We will survive. And when the galaxy sees what humans can do, they will remember us." The fleet moved forward, ready for the next challenge. Fear still lingered, but hope grew. Humanity was alone, but they were strong. They would face the galaxy, and they would not fall. Back on Earth, Queen Claire Rogers watched the messages from Luke and Hannah. Every world had turned humanity away, but the fleet still fought. She knew that if the enemy won, humanity would be destroyed. She rose from her chair and called her advisors. "Prepare the deathworlders," she said. "We'll answer the call. No one can survive without hope, and hope will come from Earth itself." Deathworlders were elite warriors trained in the harshest conditions on Earth. They could survive anything and strike with precision unmatched by any normal soldier. Claire personally oversaw their preparation. She chose soldiers like Rachel Barnes, strong and fearless, and Ethan Taylor, clever and fast. She knew their strength would tip the scales in humanity's favor. In space, Luke and Hannah continued their journey. The enemy fleet had grown stronger, and skirmishes were becoming more frequent. Luke studied reports. "They are testing us," he said. "They want to see our weakness. But we do not have one. Stay alert and ready for anything." He paced the bridge, never letting fear show. Every person on the fleet looked to him for guidance. Hannah approached the holographic map. She calculated enemy positions and possible attacks. "We cannot wait for backup," she said. "Every move must be perfect. One mistake could cost us everything." Luke nodded, knowing she was right. Called the captains of each ship. "Keep formation tight and follow every order exactly. We will survive this." Days passed. The fleet maneuvered through asteroid fields and uncharted space, avoiding traps while engaging enemy scouts. They lost a few ships, but the survivors grew stronger and smarter. The crew learned quickly. Every soldier understood that failure was not an option. Then a message came from Earth. Queen Claire's fleet had left the atmosphere. The deathworlders were on their way. The crew erupted with relief and hope. Rachel and Ethan took command of their squads and prepared to join the battle. Their ships moved faster than the human fleet had ever seen. Luke could not believe the speed and precision of Earth's response. As the fleets approached each other, Luke contacted Claire. "We never thought help would come," he said. Claire's voice was calm but firm. "Humans do not leave their own to die. Prepare for the enemy to strike. We will fight together and we will win." Luke nodded, determination rising in him. The enemy launched a sudden attack on the fleet before the Earth forces arrived. Laser beams cut through space, hitting shields and tearing through smaller ships. Alarms blared and soldiers rushed to stations. Luke barked orders. "Hold formation, fight back, stay alive until Earth arrives." Hannah found a weak point in the enemy formation. She directed fire to disrupt their attack. The fleet responded with precision, giving them a chance to survive the initial strike. The first battle was brutal, but it showed that humans could adapt faster than the enemy expected. Finally, the first ships from Earth appeared over the horizon. The deathworlders moved into position, ready to fight. Their presence alone boosted the morale of the fleet. Luke watched, amazed by their discipline and courage. "This is the beginning of our victory," he said. "Together, we are unstoppable." As the two human fleets prepared to engage the enemy, the galaxy watched. Humanity had no allies, but they had each other. Fear and courage clashed in the void of space, and the stage was set for a fight that would change everything. The first ships from Earth moved into the battlefield with speed and precision. Queen Claire led the Deathworlders personally, her ship cutting through the void like a blade. Rachel Barnes and Ethan Taylor commanded their squads, ready to strike with deadly accuracy.
Luke.
Carter watched from the bridge of the flagship, awe in his eyes. Humanity was no longer alone. The enemy fleet tried to regroup, surprised by the sudden arrival of Earth's forces. Their weapons fired, but the Deathworlders dodged and retaliated with unmatched skill. Luke and Hannah coordinated with Earth's warriors, combining strategy and raw power. The enemy had never faced humans like this. They had counted on fear and hesitation, but instead they found precision and courage. Lasers cut through space, striking enemy ships and forcing them to split formation. Debris floated silently as explosions illuminated the darkness. Rachel led a boarding party onto a damaged enemy ship, moving with silent efficiency. Ethan provided cover from his ship, taking out targets before they could react. Each move was calculated, each strike devastating. On the flagship, Luke directed the fleet. "Focus on their leaders," he shouted. "We take them out, the rest will fall apart." Hannah calculated firing patterns, sending commands to the fleet. Every human ship moved as one, a single force striking the enemy with overwhelming power. The enemy tried to counterattack, but they were unprepared for humans who fought together with such skill and determination. Ships that had once seemed unbeatable were destroyed, one by one. Soldiers like Rachel and Ethan showed no fear, their training and experience giving them an edge. Humans adapted to every attack, turning defense into offense effortlessly. The battle moved closer to an asteroid belt. Luke used the terrain to his advantage, forcing enemy ships into positions where Earth's forces could trap them. Hannah predicted every move, directing fire where it would do the most damage. The enemy fleet shrank as humans pressed forward, unstoppable and relentless. Rachel boarded another ship, taking control of the bridge and neutralizing the enemy crew. Ethan coordinated with her, ensuring no ship could escape. Luke and Hannah watched as humans proved their superiority. Every maneuver, every shot, every strike showed that humanity would not be defeated. A sudden explosion rocked the flagship. Alarms blared, but the crew stayed calm. Deathworlders moved through the corridors, securing every section and eliminating threats. The enemy tried to push back, but human resilience was too strong. Soldiers fought not just with weapons but with clever tactics and unmatched courage. As the last enemy ships retreated, Queen Claire sent a signal to the fleet. "Hold your positions and regroup. We have shown them our strength. Humanity will not fall." Luke stood on the bridge, feeling a surge of pride. Humans had survived without allies, and now with Earth's champions, they had turned the tide of battle. Hannah approached him. "We will think twice before attacking humans again," she said. Luke nodded. "They underestimated us. Every world may have turned us away, but we fight for ourselves and for Earth. That is enough to win." The fleets moved together, ready for whatever came next. The galaxy would see that humans were not weak. Humans adapted, humans fought, and humans survived. With Queen Claire and the Deathworlders leading, humanity had proven that it could face any threat and come out stronger on the other side. The enemy retreated to a nearby planet, hoping to regroup and strike humanity's fleet from the surface. Luke Carter studied the planet from orbit. He knew this battle would be different. The enemy had prepared defenses, but humans were stronger, faster, and smarter than any foe they had faced. Queen Claire ordered a landing party. Rachel Barnes led one squad, Ethan Taylor another. They moved through the atmosphere, landing with precision and skill. The planet was harsh, full of jagged rocks and dangerous terrain, but the Deathworlders thrived in these conditions. They advanced steadily, eliminating enemy patrols with silent efficiency. Luke coordinated from orbit, directing orbital bombardments to weaken enemy fortifications. Hannah Mills tracked enemy movements, predicting their strategies and sending the landing squad's instructions. Humans moved like one force, precise and deadly. Enemy soldiers tried ambushes and traps, but humans adapted quickly. Rachel and Ethan led their squads through dangerous terrain, using every advantage. Clever tactics and speed allowed them to outmaneuver the enemy. Hand-to-hand combat broke out in narrow corridors, with humans showing strength and discipline. They struck with precision and never hesitated. Luke watched from the flagship, guiding reinforcements to support the squads on the ground. Hannah calculated enemy reinforcements and directed fire from orbit, disrupting their communication and supply lines. Every move was coordinated, every strike calculated. The enemy could not keep up. Rachel and Ethan reached the main enemy base. They fought fiercely, clearing corridors and securing key points. Humans worked together seamlessly, combining strength, skill, and intelligence. The enemy tried to counterattack, but human soldiers were ready. Every strike was met with a stronger counter, and every enemy attempt failed. The battle continued for hours. Explosions shook the planet, but humans did not stop. They adapted to every challenge, using terrain, tactics, and teamwork to overcome the enemy. Luke and Hannah guided them, watching as their plans turned into victory on the ground. Finally, the enemy leadership was cornered. Rachel and Ethan struck together, ending the battle decisively. The remaining enemy soldiers surrendered, realizing they could not defeat humans who had fought alone and now had the strength of Earth behind them. As the planet fell silent, Queen Claire sent a signal to the fleet. The battle is won. Humanity stands stronger than ever. Luke looked down at the planet, seeing the victory of humans who refused to bow. Hannah smiled, knowing their survival was proof of human strength. Humans regrouped on the planet, tending to the wounded and securing the area. The enemy was defeated, but the lesson was clear. No matter how strong the opposition, humans could adapt, fight, and survive. They were unstoppable when united and determined. The ground war had shown the galaxy that humans were not to be underestimated. Every move, every fight, every victory reinforced the truth. Humanity was strong, fearless, and resilient. With Queen Claire, Luke, Rachel, Ethan, and Hannah leading, humans had proven that they could face any challenge and triumph. The battle was over, but the war for respect and survival had only just begun. The battle was over, but humanity did not stop. Queen Claire sent a message to the galaxy. Her voice was firm and clear. Every world that turned us away must know this. Humans will not bow. We fight for ourselves and for our home. We survive, and we will rise stronger. The message spread quickly, reaching systems that had ignored humanity's calls. On the planet, Luke Carter and Hannah Mills watched the fleets regroup. Rachel Barnes and Ethan Taylor oversaw the landing of supplies and medical aid. Humans worked together, helping the wounded and repairing ships. The victory had come at a cost, but every survivor understood the price of courage. The enemy had learned their lesson. No longer could they underestimate humans. Humans adapted faster than any foe, fought with intelligence and strength, and survived against overwhelming odds. Luke knew the galaxy would remember this. Humans had proved themselves against impossible challenges. Queen Claire addressed her warriors. Today we showed the universe that humanity is not weak. We protect our own, and we do not surrender. Every attack will meet resistance. Every threat will be answered. Humanity will never be broken. The deathworlders nodded, proud of their accomplishments, and ready for the future. Luke spoke to the crew of the fleet. Every world turned us away, but we survived. We fought alone, and we won. Remember this. Humans are strong, humans are clever, and humans will always endure. Hannah added, "We have set an example. The galaxy will see that humans are not to be taken lightly." As the fleets prepared to return to Earth, humans felt a sense of unity and pride. The victories were not just about survival, but about proving what humans could achieve when they fought together. Rachel and Ethan led their squads in final sweeps of the battlefield, ensuring no threats remained.
Ow.
The survivors stood tall, ready to return home. Queen Claire ordered the fleets to move toward Earth. As they traveled, humans looked out at the stars with determination. Galaxy had rebuffed them, but Earth had not. Humans had answered their own call. They were strong, united, and ready for any challenge. The battle had changed them. It had proven their courage and strength. Luke and Hannah reflected on their journey. Every challenge, every fight had prepared them for this moment. Humans were not just survivors. They were warriors, leaders, and champions. The galaxy had underestimated them, but now humans had shown their power and resilience. As the fleets approached Earth, victory was celebrated quietly among the warriors. The stories of their courage would spread, and humans would be remembered across the galaxy. Queen Claire led the fleet home, proud of every soldier who had fought for humanity. Rachel, Ethan, Luke, and Hannah had all proven that humans could face any threat and win. Humanity had survived alone, without allies, and had risen stronger than ever. The galaxy had rebuffed them, but Earth had said, "Come home." And humanity had answered, not with weakness, but with strength, courage, and an unbreakable will. The war was over, but the legend of humanity had only begun.